All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So today's pod is definitely a very special pod for me. And I'm sure you will appreciate what inspired today's pod. Now, obviously, as a digital coach, you're somebody who is constantly reaching out to people, you are working with people, and you're meeting people with different kinds of energies and energy levels. And so it goes to show that you yourself are in that space. So, if you treat this as a thought experiment, what do you do to to tune up or to tone down your energy when you're stepping into this energy field where you're meeting other people? To put it very simply, you know, how do you prepare to be present on the day, in the day, and of course every single day? So this was the thought that got me into stringing together today's pod, these musings, uh, because of course I had a wonderful start to the day. Um, there's a powerful podcast that I was hosting in the morning, and somewhere interestingly, towards the second half of the day, I could feel um, my energy kind of shifting and going into a different space. And ha- having, of course, had many experiences like this now for a while, it also reminded me of just being present. So, um, let me ask you a question like this. When you are doing this kind of work, do you sometimes end up having headaches? Do you sometimes end up having body aches? Do you sometimes end up feeling bloated, or stuffed, or just completely drained? So these are, really important questions to ask as digital coaches, because this work that we're doing is one is, of course, it's far more important, it's far more vital than our own egos, for sure. And the more I've noticed that the more I'm able to be present, the more I'm able to bounce back. This actually reminds me of one of my first uh, public workshops that I had run. And this is many years ago. I remember it took me like an entire month to, of course, this is way back in the day when we didn't have the concept of digital marketing yet, right? We probably put posters up. I remember I put posters up in cafes and certain restaurants where I knew people would come. And I don't think we even had, the bulletin board services at that point, which eventually became um, what we do today in WhatsApp groups. So I'm talking a good, this would have been what, 2000 and I should say 2005. No, 2000 and wow, it has been more than 20 years. Uh, so, one, of course, thank you very much for um, indulging me in this uh, retrospect. Like, because of you, I get to kind of go back in a moment and reflect on the journey. Literally, it's been more than 2 decades. And my point being that by the time I had, put the group together and I got ready to run the workshop, I had lost my voice. And so I got um, my my associate trainer, to step in for me to be my voice for the workshop. I was there. I didn't bail out. I was still there in the workshop all the way till the end. Um, and interestingly, after that, for the next 2 days or 3 days, I was down with fever. And of course, I'm talking way before COVID and any of those things, right? So it just reminds me and reminded me right now that this work that we do is truly it's all about energy. It's all about tapping into energy, and it's so important to recognize what's happening to us every moment. So if there are moments where you feel you're draining out, allow that drain to happen. Also, if there are moments where you can sense that you need to tune up your frequency, tune up your energy, so that when you go out and you're there and you're present, you will be able to give energy and also receive energy without blowing a fuse. So I know we've kind of gone off on a slightly philosophical path today, but that truly is the power of this work that we're doing. So, wishing you all the very best on your journey, as you have many of these experiences. And to put this into context, by the second half, I was feeling stuffy and I ended up having a headache. But uh, this is again the power of choosing something that's bigger than you. Um, in my mind, I already knew that uh, I would do this live and I would record this podcast. So I made it a point. Once I had a nap in the evening, I had a bath and got ready, and here I am, uh, in a way, wrapping the day, and this becomes a lesson in it, not only for me, but I know somewhere uh, it has struck a chord for you as well. So um, this is just a way for me to remind you, and of course to wish you. And it goes without saying, if you are someone who is feeling stuck, if you're feeling, you know, lost, or you're, completely confused and possibly overwhelmed because of this journey that you've decided to be on and this path you've decided to walk, just remember you're not alone. I mean, that is truly the reason why I make it a point to do these daily pods. So, wishing you all the very best on your journey. And I do truly look forward to seeing you in the next one. And it goes without saying, always remember to live with purpose. See you in the next one. God bless and take care.